And I feel like the industry really doing Dirt bad because Melly, he knocked off two of his homies. He actually did it. And Dirt didn't do it. And they switching up. That ain't real. Today we gonna be talking about that boy Lil Durk. See, I'm gonna start it off like this, man. Mo3 told y'all everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner, everybody ain't no real nigga. If he say he got you, he got you. Lil Durk held down a lot of niggas while they was in the jail. But then in return, he ain't get that, Everybody scattered. Duty Low, OTF Twin, 600, all them boys, Twin, Future, ESTG, all them boys disappeared, man. When this dude got in the jail, 21 Savage, and then they want to come out with something new saying, fuck the streets. That's their way of saying, fuck Lil Durk, bro. That's how I feel. That's my opinion on the situation because if you take a look at this whole thing, why nobody showed up to court, why ain't none of these guys say free Lil Durk in their music. You only see a couple of bloggers with free Lil Durk shirts, man, screaming free Lil Durk. You don't see no people that he was hanging with, none of these people that he had hanging with him, I say you ain't seen none of the people that he was hanging with, them Atlanta people, and you ain't seen none of the people that he had hanging with him, which is Twin and all of them. So like I was telling y'all, right? Like I'm gonna keep telling y'all, they ain't do Melly, Young Gorilla Melly, they ain't do him. And they ain't doing him how they doing Lil Durk. But they was all supposed to be Lil Durk homie. They was all supposed to be turning their back on Youngboy for Lil Durk. And now it's like they all turning their back on Lil Durk and trying to fuck with Youngboy. They some hypocrites. All of y'all that's doing that, and all of them that's doing that is y'all some straight up hypocrites, man. And y'all ain't real at all. But what I'm trying to say is they ain't show up to court because they scared, They ain't show up to court and trying to support him is because the same reason. They don't want to get caught up in Lil Durk situation because they most likely 9 times out of 10 allegedly probably got dirt on their name. I'm talking about real dirt, not dirt. You know what I'm saying? They probably got some real dirt, some real shit that they done. It's probably the reason they don't want to show up and support and say free Lil Durk. They probably was doing some shit with Lil Durk. Now Lil Durk locked up for he tried to hit up Quando Rondo because of, the King Von situation. So he tried to hit up Quando Rondo and end up hitting up Quando Rondo cousin instead. And some boys from, that fuck with Lil Durk had and took a one-way trip from Chicago to Cali. Had tried to handle business. They did handle business in broad daylight. And they did it all in OTF name. That's Lil Durk label, man. So they basically set Lil Durk up just in case they probably got caught. It'll look like Lil Durk had something to do with it, which is 9 times out of 10, Lil Durk probably did have something to do with it, or he didn't have nothing to do with it. But you gotta look at it, man. Look at the music that Durk was putting out. He was really sitting here self-snitching, telling on his own damn self. He ain't care. In other words, he was chasing clout, trying to make it like he did something, even if he did do it, or even if he didn't do it, even if he sent the hit, or even if them boys just took it on their own mind and said, hey, we're gonna go handle this ourselves, But like I say, man, everybody disappeared on him and everybody turning their back on the streets, but y'all forgetting one person. Y'all forgetting Lil Durk. Cause y'all, at the end of the day, y'all gotta forget, man, Lil Durk can come back and say some shit. The only ones that showed up to Lil Durk, trial to court is the ones that really love him, is truly, really OTF, only the family. We ain't talking about them friends that he was talking about. No, really his blood people and his girl, his baby mama showed up to court. That's the only people that came to support him. So if Lil Durk end up ranting on some shit and getting out, even if he stays silent and get out, he can't go back and fuck with none of them fake supporting ass people, man. Because you gotta think about it, man. A lot of these rappers, artists, they for themselves. or they for their homies. They real homies. Like all of these people, they following Young Thug lead. Young Thug most likely is the one who said, "Man, fuck the streets," and that's when you got 21 Savage out here tweeting it, but then forgot, hey, we still got Durk in the jam, man. Look, we got to get him out. We got to wait till he get out before we even say anything like that. Cause y'all niggas was in the studio with him. Y'all was taking pictures with him. You know, y'all probably was on the phone talking about people. You know, y'all was at shows together. So it's only right that y'all could at least show up. I mean, if y'all ain't have nothing to do with that situation, y'all could at least show up and, you know, support him or scream free Lil Durk, or, you know, shout out something about Lil Durk. You know, go do some music with some of Lil Durk artists that he got signed to OTF. Y'all could at least do that, but y'all ain't even trying to rock with each other or none of that. What I mean, they ain't even trying to rock with the ones that's out, the Atlanta guys and the Chicago people that's, you know, with Durk. They not even trying to feature together to make Durk people more popular. And they not even, and both sides, Atlanta and Chicago, where Durk from, not even rocking with, you know, not even rocking with Durk. But if it wasn't from Chief Keef, see, Durk should have did what Chief Keef did. Did what he had to do, get his music, get it popping, get the fuck on, get out the streets. We don't know if Chief Keef's still really in the streets, if he's still in the streets, but we could tell you Chief Keef ain't been getting locked up for no dumb stuff. Chief Keef haven't really been getting locked up at all. Chief Keef, to me, been moving on the right path. So if it wasn't from Chief Keef, and I'm not blaming Chief Keef at all, but I'm just sitting here talking, right? If it wasn't from Chief Keef, do y'all think it'll be a Lil Durk? Do y'all think we'll be talking about Lil Durk in this way? Do y'all think Lil Durk could still be an up and coming artist? Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Because Lil Durk, to me, Lil Durk is hotter than it. To me, Lil Durk is better than Chief Keef. Durk make them love songs and the songs for the, you know, the niggas, and he mix it in one. Sort of like what Drake scamming ass do, allegedly, right? But in other words, it's just fucked up how these guys, right? It's fucked up how these guys ain't supporting him. I mean, Dirt, man, you need to put some dirt out on all of them if them guys gonna rock like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Them guys used you, Dirt. Them guys was trying to just use you for clout. They wasn't really your dog. They probably was still listening to NBA Youngboy inside of their headphones. You gotta think about it. Youngboy got the younger youth. You know? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But what I'm trying to tell y'all and everybody else, man, y'all gotta choose y'all friends wisely. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta choose no friends wisely, because guess what? It ain't no real friends, bro. You got only associates. Just that's people that you talk to, but you don't talk to them about your personal business. You know what I'm saying? You just talk to them about certain things, but you always got to keep your personal business to yourself, because at any given time, any person, anybody can flip on you. The girl you laying next to every night, the nigga that you call your brother, your blood brother, or your blood cousin, your mama here, she'll even flip on you. Damn, your daddy maybe even flip on you. So you gotta be careful, bro, about spreading your business, bro. And a lot of times, man, we gotta just rock dolo. That's what I'm trying to say. And I hope y'all tuned in, and I hope y'all listening, and I hope y'all watching all the way to the end. Because Lil Durk ain't really got no friends. When he get out, he only need to rock with India and the ones that actually showed up to support him. I know in one of these Drake songs that Durk and Drake did a song together, he quote me if I'm wrong, y'all correct me in the comment section, but he said he got India a nail shop or a hair salon. So why she ain't, you know, breaking bread trying to get him better lawyers and, you know, feeding them? Because his mom did say, yeah, Durk looked the same, right? The same. He just don't got his dreads. and he a little slimmer. So if he a little slimmer, he ain't eating, and they got him in college, you know, lockdown basically. They got him on lockdown. 23-1, basically, most likely lockdown. So, man, Dirt, bro, you doing bad, man. And I can tell you this, Dirt, they trying to run you like Kanye. They trying to run you crazy. But y'all let me know in the comment section why y'all think in y'all brain, or if y'all go out here and talk with one of y'all homies, or why they think that Dirk ain't getting the support that he getting from the people that he really thought that fuck with him. Man, this your boy Tony Black, man, voice of the block. If I said something you like, you let me know in the comment section. If I said something you didn't fuck with, hey, holla at me down in the comment section. Get on my ass, no homo. Cuss me out, chew me, talk about me how we used to do back in grade school, man. I'm out. Peace.